Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the others that rule well, and peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's kicking his word in sincerity and truth. Things are heating up more and more. You're seeing more nations rising up against America, aka Babylon the Great, in the scriptures. And one of those nations that have begun to buck up is Turkey. Turkey recently had tariffs placed on it months back, but those tariffs are being increased to a higher percentage, and this is affecting its currency. I believe the value of its currency has fell at record rates. But we're seeing now that the Turkey president is now saying that he might begin to look for new friends, and this can potentially affect Europe. You know what I'm saying? Turkey was used as a buffer in between Europe and these other nations, as you see in your map of Russia, Syria, Iraq, and Iran. This by them Turkey making pacts with these nations, those latter nations that are named. This could put Europe in danger of actually seeing war, which is beautiful for us, man. We want this thing to happen expediently, and we know this is prophecy happening before our eyes, man. So let's read this, and then we'll get some scriptures. Now, this is according to Business Insider. The reason Turkey's economy collapse is so scary is that Iran, Russia, and Syria are waiting in the wings. And this is just a summary. Lots of things are going wrong in Turkey at once, driven by the collapse of its economy, the lira. The West needs Turkey to be strong, as Turkey is a physical buffer between Europe and the war in Syria. U.S. sanctions have annoyed Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who says he is now in search of new friends. The worst case scenario for the West, potential new friends including Iran, Syria, and Russia, Turkey's neighbors, who also suffered from U.S. sanction. Is Turkey collapse? What if Turkey collapses? It's not outside the realm of possibility. Turkey's currency is in a free fall. Uh, Inflation is at 15% and climbing. The Turkish economy could enter into a recession. The U.S. has imposed economic sanctions on the country because President Recep Tayyip Erdogan refuses to hand over an American preacher who has been jailed there. And the reason why he was jailed, if you look in different articles, is because this so-called preacher was caught setting up coups in that area in Turkey, which could be true. I haven't done my research on it, so I don't know. But we know how America gets down. They're known for setting up various coups in these Middle Eastern countries. Lots of things are going wrong in Turkey all at once. As this map shows, Turkey may not be important economically in terms of contagion to the rest of the global economy, but it sure is important strategically and militarily. Turkey is the bridge between the democratic, peaceful West and the war-ridden dictatorships of the East. How strong do we want this bridge to be? And it says, aside from Greece, European economies, exports exposure to Turkey is small. And that's the data there. It says Turkey is the thing that physically prevents the war in the Middle East from rolling into Greece. If you are not confident about where Turkey is on the map, you are not alone. It's only when you see Turkey's borders that you realize why everyone is freaking out about the lira crisis. On its western flank, Turkey's borders Greece and Bulgaria, Western-facing members of the European Union. A few years ago, Turkey, a member of NATO, was preparing to join Europe as a full member. Turkey's other borders face six nations: Georgia, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Armenia, and Nakhchivan, a territory affiliated with Azerbaijan. Five of those are involved in ongoing armed conflicts or outright war. Turkey is the thing that has physically prevented the Islamic State territories group from rolling into Greece. It keeps the Syria war inside Syria. It prevents the Russians from rolling back into Bulgaria, and it deters the Iranians, and Kurds from escalating their various conflicts northward into Europe. So Turkey is used as a buffer between these nations, and that's why Turkey is so important. You see, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Turkey is a part of the Brexits. You know what I'm saying? These various nations that have pacts with one another. You know, and Russia and China including those in that pact or that organization. You know, so as you can see, these nations are getting tired of America because America is a bully, man. America basically put these arbitrary sanctions on various countries for its own um its own agenda. And people are getting tired of these what's the word I'm looking for, unilateral decisions, a decision that was made by one country, which we know that to be America. You see, all these basically America is being that dictator. You know what I'm saying? Or that, well, I could say that the dictator of all these other nations, man. And these nations are beginning to hate the whore. You see, are beginning to hate. You know what I'm saying? That beast or Babylon. Now this is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The earth nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And what is that wine? Will we not do we know that wine is that philosophy in which the Western civilization has pushed, in particular America has pushed on the world, man. And a part of that wine is the economy and how it's set up. You know what I'm saying? How it's ran. People are tired of the economic grip that America has on the world, and you seeing these other nations making pacts with one another and things of that nature, man. To really to get away from you know the power or the grip that America has, man. Verse 8: Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let her go, every one into his own country. That's right. So, the other nations see that America and its economy it's not repairable, man. And so these other nations are making, saying economic contracts, pacts, if you will, with one another, man. You see, for a judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yahweh hath brought forth all righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh our power. That's right. Now this is Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is his, how long? And that's what the Turkey government did. I mean, president did. He basically said that these sanctions are a stab in the back to Turkey. You see, people are starting to call out America, man. You see, because he isn't always he's always in everybody's affairs. Well, this place is always in everybody else's affairs. America, you see, you know, America has uh, been very proud towards these other nations, and other nations are getting tired of it, man. You see, they already have everybody, in most the whole world, majority of the whole world in their grips, but yet they want more, man. You see, see, other nations are going to begin to rise up. Verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? Thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. That's right. So the other nations are going to rise up against America and eventually destroy this place, man. Bomb this place, man. America's gonna be destroyed by nuclear bombs, man. This place is gonna be cleansed, and we're seeing these more and more these nations fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the others that rule well. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's kicking his word. Sincerity also in truth. Shalom.